Hello, we are the reporters from the Straits Times, and we have read an email where you shared that you have an interesting childhood. So we would like to interview you based on that.
Sure.
Okay. So the first question is do you have any siblings?
No, I'm a single child.
Oh. Now how is that like growing up?
I would say most people will find it lonely, but to me it was okay because, to be honest, being the only child, I learned to be independent from very young age. And because my mom used to work a lot, and so I used to stay home alone a lot of the times, so I found it quite good because I had time to myself. I didn't have to share anything with my friends or siblings or anything.
Do you think there was like any difficulties during your childhood as a lonely child?
I would say the hard part was that I didn't have anyone else to rely on other than my mom, which was a bit hard lah because like you can't tell your mom everything, right? We didn't have a very close relationship. So if I had a sibling, I would think that there's someone else to share my burdens with. Like if I quarrel with my mom, I can talk to my brother or sister about it. Or if I faced hardships in school about friendships or what, there's a brother or sister to rely on. And that person could potentially be my best friend. I can rely on them for anything. So yeah.
Babysitters like a temporary job, or were they like permanently?
Most babysitters is like you take care of them for like a week or so, right? But for my mom, I stayed with them for like whole 7 years. So I only meet my mom like.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your childhood?
On a scale of 1 to 10, I would say my childhood was like a 6, 7, around there. It was okay, nothing too special.
Why would you rate it at 7 or 6? Why not like a full 10?
Because I would say a lot of things happened during my childhood that I would believe that normal kids wouldn't experience. So like most kids from when they're young, they would have lived with their parents for forever actually technically. But for me, the first few years of my life, I didn't live with either of my parents. I was actually with babysitters, like different ones. Yeah, so like because of that, I didn't have enough time to spend with my mom, so I wasn't as close to her. And since I stayed with my babysitters, to be honest, they were kind and whatever, but at the end of the day, they're still not your family, right? So when I had to go back and live with my mom, the transition was very big for me. I couldn't take it, so like I became a bit rebellious. Like technically, I'm just seeing someone that I barely know every month, so I wasn't close to her at all.
Were all those babysitters from like the same company or?
So it's actually my mom's friend's parents.
Oh.
Yeah. So at first, I think when I was really young, we used to switch around a lot. But like the last 4, 5 years, right, we stuck to one babysitter all the way. Yeah.
Okay. So is it okay if I ask about your dad or you prefer?
Yeah, can.
So like, was it because of a divorce or what happened?
So they divorced when I was really young, barely 1 year old. So like after that, it just like cut contact. I'm not sure like where is he or where he goes. So like my mom doesn't talk much about him, other than like she would tell me some stories of how they started to date and whatever. But that's about it. I only saw his picture before.
Like curious about your dad?
Curious as in like, actually I understand why they broke up and everything, but I would say curious as to like how is he right now, like how is he living his life, maybe like dead or alive, I also don't know what. So that's about it. But I'm not like jealous of like people they have dads or not, because I don't really care. Yeah.
Does your mom allow you to meet up with your dad if you ask her?
I guess, but after they broke up, they were only in contact for like a few months. So like technically she has no idea what happened also.
Okay, so now I would like to ask like what is the most memorable experience? Whether it's with your babysitter or with your mom or like other people.
The most memorable part of my childhood was probably when I was in kindergarten. Like, cause when I stayed with my babysitters, there was another boy about the same age as me, just like 1 or 2 years younger. So we would go to school together and we would go back home together. And I think it was pretty fun in kindergarten because where I didn't have to stay at home all the way, right? And my kindergarten, thankfully I met a lot of like good teachers there. So like it was a good experience.
May I ask like where did you go for kindergarten?
I can't really remember the name, but it was Sparkle Thoughts lah. But yeah, in like some neighborhood.
Do you still keep in contact with that boy?
No. Like, he was part of the babysitter's family. So after I came back from their family, I went back home to my mom, right? After that, never contact again, only for like 2 months. Yeah.
Do you miss him?
No. No. I miss the babysitter's family, but because like I was much closer to the lady that took care of me. Yeah, because I wasn't that close to my mom, right? So I keep wanting to go back to them when I was younger.
So from your childhood, right, were there any instances where you had to be rushed to the hospital by like maybe your mom weren't there, or maybe, I don't know, a parents-teacher meeting?
So when I was young, I would say thankfully I didn't fall sick that much. Even if I did, it was just for like 2-3 days. But when I went back to my mom, because we weren't close and like my mom had temper issues, right? So if I fell sick or what, she would get mad and annoyed. Like she didn't know how to take care of me, right? Because I didn't stay with her at all. So like rather than like being rushed to the hospital and having someone worry for you, it was more like she was frustrated that I couldn't take care of myself and needed her help.
So she wanted you to be independent?
Yeah, because like she's working all the way and it was only the 2 of us. So if she had to take care of me, then it would be added stress for her. Yeah. Yeah, because I don't have siblings, right? Then like my dad's out of the picture, so only the 2 of us stay together. But we have other family members.
Okay. But wait, how old were you when you feel like you have to become independent?
Like the moment I moved back with my mom, probably in like primary school, like in P1, P2, that's when I moved back with my mom, right? So like by then I slowly became independent because all the way she's working. So like I go school myself, I come back school myself, I buy shit myself and everything, yeah.
So she'll just give you like daily allowances, then
yeah,
just leave you be?
Yeah, in a lower primary, she would care about my exams and stuff. That's about it lah, yeah.
But does she, so like usually most parents, right, when their kid goes back home, then these parents will just ask like, oh, how's your day? Do you think she does that often or?
Sometimes, but a lot of the times when I go home, she's not home because she's working, right? So I just do my own things, or like in upper primary, I had just like some student care I went to. So like I went home around evening time, so it's like 1 to 6 o'clock. So it's either she's home or she's not at home. So most of the time she wouldn't be home. So I just go home, shower, blah blah, get ready for school next day.
Were you not scared going home alone when you were a child?
I would say rather than being scared, I was like kind of excited. I was more excited because I can go home myself, do things myself, and like rather than like taking the school bus home or what, I can take transport, right? So for like a young kid, I would think that was kind of fascinating, like that you can do so many things that other kids your age don't.
So do you think that gave you an edge over other kids?
Yeah, like compared to other people, like people always tell me that I'm quite mature for my age. So I would say that I'm able to handle my emotions and handle real life situations better in school and at home. Like I would say I'm more patient and have a better temper compared to my mom because of my childhood experience that I had to be so independent at a young age. Yeah.
Right, so you mentioned your mom having temper issues, right? Can you like elaborate on that? What do you mean by temper issues?
So for my mom's temper issues, I would say she wouldn't get angry when I do something wrong. She would get angry when something doesn't go her way. So like, if I buy, it's like example, I'm buying her something to eat, and the example like I ordered something wrong, then it will make her super mad, like so mad that she'll literally explode. But like most people will just like not eat it, or they will like, it's okay, I'll just eat it anyways. But she's not this kind of person, and like cause from work she's very stressed, right? So sometimes she will take the anger out at home. She will like, even though I didn't do anything, she will be like, okay, don't like test me today, I'm very frustrated and what. And like sometimes she might get violent, yeah, over like small things.
Wait, so when you said violent, do you mean physically?
Yeah.
With the person you are today?
I would say it was very important, my childhood, because compared to other families or other kids, they probably had like normal, casual childhood, but mine was like more stress-filled and always changing environment, right? So that forced me to be more independent as I am today, and it also made me a person that's more in control of their emotions, because those were things I had to learn at a very young age. So I'll say those are some books lah.
Then do you think in the future you would train your child just like how your mom trained you?
I don't think so. Although of course I will be strict with my child and like punish her if like she does do something wrong, but I wouldn't be like my mom to like exploit anything. I want to become a better parent compared to her. Yeah.
So like more patient.
Yeah, more patient and like more understanding.
Okay, thank you for your interview.